So one of the myths of being a CISO is that you somehow magically get control of things and you can tell people what to do about security, and you can't. There's this problem that's talked about in Econ 101 and basic economics called the agency problem. And the agency problem, basically in a non-technical way, it means people do whatever the hell they want to do. No matter what you tell them to do, all you can hope that they'll do is that they will see what your interests are and see that they're aligned with their own interests and proceed accordingly. And the fact is that, there isn't a lot of like ordering people what to do in security. And that was a tough lesson as the CISO. I also learned that the CISO's job is to serve the interests of the company or the organization if you're not working for a company. And for every company, the goal is to make money. They may talk about other sorts of missions, big, grand, dreams about what you want to do in the world. But in the end, no matter what your goal is, even if you're a nonprofit or a non-governmental organization, you chase money because money is oxygen. Without it, you die. So we have a grand vision. Stepping back for a second, that grand vision is to flatten the global cybersecurity labor market. We offer talent from emerging markets like Mexico, Philippines, Greece, a couple of others to clients in the United States. The people who I do business with in rural communities in Mexico, near where I live, and the people who do the same kind of work in Chicago should be paid the same and regarded with the same degree of care and respect and deference. The people I work with in Bengaluru or in Mumbai or in South Africa, same thing. As human beings, we have a right to be treated with respect and dignity. That's what we do for a living. So we can have sort of like, big hearts and try and do good in the world, but we can't do any of it without cash. So the role of cybersecurity is to support the mission that's almost always about money. Now, let's talk about the lessons of, that was intro, by the way, it took only 9 minutes. The lessons from 2,000 interviews. Let me talk about the number. We started this 3 years ago, and something that no one told me about recruiting. Tech recruiters don't do tech interviews. Well, I didn't know that, and I just thought, well, I should be doing technical interviews. So I would do, the initial 15-minute interview, and then if somebody seems like they're worth having a longer conversation with, I invite them back, and we would speak for a while. For a long time, my interviews lasted like 2 hours. And why do they last 2 hours? Because to really get to know somebody takes a while, and it's also a skill, and a skill that most interviewers do not have. Now, why don't they have that skill? Because they don't have the reps. Because they don't want to work hard. Most people don't want to work hard. It's not really them. It's just that they're told, if you follow a pattern and you're told what you do, you'll be successful, you'll be paid, and you'll be able to buy a house and a car and retire someday. Well, it turns out that that's nonsense. What we do requires hard work. And so I have the long, difficult conversations. The other reason that those interviews last a long time is I always get feedback. Feedback in an interview? Why, yes, I do feedback in interviews. One of the reasons I do that is the person who interviews with me is giving me their valuable time, and their time is valuable. All of our time is valuable. No one knows how much they have left. And so I feel like I deserve what I owe to the people I interviewed to give them my opinion. Well, it's just my opinion, right? No one has ever sued me. I'm not worried about it. You can't sue somebody over their opinion. But I do provide those opinions, and there's certain patterns that I see over and over again. Now, because I come from the SecOps world, I built SOCs, I built MDR departments, I built, co-founded companies. It took me 3 years until 3 years ago to get around to doing my own. But I know SecOps really well. I'm a native of that space, and for the most part, like most of the people in the Nearshore Cyber Tribe, are from the SecOps world, the GRC world. By the way, I'm going to drop a link into the chat. You'll just have to catch it. That's an invitation to the Nearshore Cyber community. It's free. It will save you 2 clicks if you use the link. And my tribe meets there, and some of those folks are here. I did bring a posse. Thank you for coming, especially Dwayne and Darcy. I would love you guys.